Hi. I just wanted to show everybody this. Oh, my hair is crazy looking. I just want to show everybody my money tree plant. Okay, it's not mine, but I love it. I want to find out where it came from. I have a friend, Pitbull, joining us today. Ah! Wait, get down. All right, moving furniture with wheels. Obviously, this is not my house, but it's cool. It's a beautiful home. I'm supposed to be cleaning it, but I will tell him what I'm doing. Before I clean, I'm making a video for my mini meditation because he's got a beautiful home and my space is kind of in process of changes. So I do want to do a little mini medi on soulmates now because I don't know if it's spring or I'm feeling it or I'm not real sure, but I figured I'll give it a couple months and kind of see. I get into these phases where, let me, see if I could find a soulmate, and then I get frustrated or don't try too hard, or I enjoy a relationship for a little while and then it's just not the one, but it's good, it's entertaining, or it's useful, or it's nice, but it's not lasting. And I really am in that space where I would like someone who, like, we can be together and yet, like, we can look out at the same things together. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but a best friend who's a man and who I'm attracted to, and we have a lot of like-mindedness, and there's I think what happens when you get after 30 is you start to get more particular. So that might make it more difficult, but a lot of people that are 30 have been divorced already also, so not all, but some people, they could be 50 and never married, and you kind of wonder, but then you could be like 50 and have like 5 failed marriage. You're like, well, huh? I mean, that's all good, all interesting. Everyone has their own journey. So I am ready. I really am. I am ready to make that commitment to, it's so annoying. I need a man with the like-minded that wants to be in a relationship and dedicated and loyal. And, my father did teach me some things. And one of the things that I think is awesome, I remember him saying, respect and trust are so important that without trust and respect, you have nothing. So that is so true. I remember him saying that to me, man, I must have been 14, and it stuck. It's stuck. And it's true. Without love and respect in any relationship, without trust and respect in any relationship, whether it's romantic or friends, you really just don't continue in those relationships, period. Don't say, well, I stayed because of the kids, or I stayed because of this, or I stayed because, I just couldn't support myself. Wow. It's amazing what people do and keep their emotions in disharmony and just live with that contempt, and it's all ugly to me. So I just move on. If there's no trust or respect, or people aren't respecting or trusting me, or I can't trust them for whatever reason. I know for me, I've gotten to the place, like, really, communication is so key for harmony in my life. And it's very confusing when people just are just being like their own. I honor people's personality and their lifestyle. That's fine. I just need communication. And whatever you need, I will honor that. Just you got to open your mouth and ask. A lot of people don't. They don't open their mouths, or they. I won't say it. I wanted to say something about a politician, but I won't. So I guess what I will say is, excuse me, there's a time to listen and a time, actually twice. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you actually need to listen twice as much as you are talking. And then try to be mindful when you talk anyway. Don't just try to be mindful when you talk. So I definitely know I have some preferences, and I have some, how do you say, deal breakers. That's what they are, deal breakers. Smokers are deal breakers. Hunters are deal breakers. I don't know, I might even be a little flexible on the hunting if they're hunting birds and it's not that often, but I don't even think I could handle that. In most cases, I'm happy with myself, so I'm okay with being alone. I guess I would like, and now I'm open, so I know me having this little mini medi at talking about it and being open, God always brings me somebody and says, here you go, you asked for relationship, here you go, now what are you gonna do with it? So and I know it's important for me to enter with my eyes open, and because I can tend to romanticize too much, possibly, for sure. And it's interesting because I also know because I am intelligent, so I know that most of the time it's not like we perceive in a fairy tale in a movie. These are not Hollywood relationships that I'm having. But having a relationship that's a win-win with someone closer to my age, probably. So, hey, I don't mind. I don't mind a little older, as long as there's some things in place. And I mean a little older, not 70 or anything. That might be a little too much. And not 40, because I actually like a lot of guys that are around that age, but that's weird to me because I've always gone out with, from the time I was 16, the only time I dated somebody my age is when I was 23, and he was 23. And ironically, I thought he acted a lot older, and I didn't care for that. So I do need a man who's young at heart and who's funny. Why do I feel like I'm putting in my order? So I'll just do it in a mini medi. So I'm just talking. And all relationships should be improving us and changing us, and we should be growing and learning. But I'm open and I'm ready for a healthy, mature, fun relationship. that we are committed and loyal to each other and communicate and share things. Definitely, I would love to have somebody who shares some of the things that I do. I like to eat healthy and I like to exercise, so I like hiking. It's probably the best thing that we could share because you could still get to view beautiful scenes together. And on that, let's just hold our hands up. I'm going to hold them to my heart chakra, my heart center. And take 3 deep breaths. My heart is open to a soulmate. I am here. I am able. I am open. My arms are open wide to accept a good man and a man who I have a lot in common with, that we can enjoy the same things, and we can stand next to each other and have a view of the same things. And yes, a man that has integrity and courage and experiences that have made him wiser and more mature. Someone who sees a lot of the same things, the same viewpoints, that we have a lot of shared values. We don't have to be identical in our thoughts. It's not even a possibility. Men and women are so different, but just some commonalities in our thoughts and our views. And, that's political and moral and adventures. I'm very open to, I'm very active, so I definitely am open to attracting someone who's the same, very active, and likes to do things like adventure-wise and sports-wise, and eating healthy and just living in the moment and reading. Open to learning, values communication, and has a healthy emotional IQ and a healthy spiritual IQ. Definitely a sense of humor. There's definitely a time to be serious and a time to laugh. A good sense of humor and good nature. Likes to be playful. I'm open to a man with a childlike spirit, like a young at heart. Not childish, young at heart and childlike. Innocence and fresh and sweet and kind, and yet manly, of course, because I really appreciate men and how they approach life, and very differently than women. But I love that. I love how women approach life too, but I get that we're very different. And on that, I'm just going to say I am open to my soulmate and open to a healthy, loyal relationship. And at this time in my life, I ask for that. And I trust it's on its way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And take a deep breath. And inhale. So here we go. I did go on Match soulmate.com. I haven't really had a lot of time to look around, but I did sign up a couple weeks ago, and I haven't gone on an actual date yet. And that's because we're still in the middle of this corona. It's kind of hard to date. I've dated one gentleman since the whole coronavirus lockdown. People were laughing at me like, oh, are you going on the date during the lockdown? And I did. I met someone who we there was a lot there. It was nice. He, however, went to Florida to visit his family, so I'm self-quarantined myself from him because I'm actually being very mindful of that, like doing the 6 feet away, having the mask on. I'm very mindful of that. So a lot of people came out of it now, and Chicago, I think, is on its third, started today, maybe. Well, just started recently, I'll just say that. And I'm kind of waiting to the end of June to really go on a date, but now's a good time to start, at least getting to know people a little bit better, to see what's on their inside before I just go, wow, look at the outside, that's hot. And it kind of can blind you to more stuff that might not be the most true. You know how when it's new, you kind of are a little blinded to the bigger picture. I like the bigger picture, and I normally do the bigger picture before I even use my time and energy to meet. And so a couple people on there, that's exactly what I said it, maybe not using those words, but just said, I'd like to take a little time here in this space to get to know you, to see if I want to even take it to that level. The couple gentlemen that have asked, it's so weird, them dating sites, to me. I don't know if that's going to be the best thing for me in the end, but we'll see. Because it seems like a lot of people on there just, they don't really want to go on a date. I don't know what they're doing on a dating site. So bizarre. I think there's a lot of players on there too, because something's going on. And it seems like there's just some people, like I'll go on there and I'll meet, in my past I've gone on there, I've met somebody, and then that's it. I just like to date one person, see where it goes. And then if it doesn't, then I date another person. And it's in my profile. But I don't know if some of these people really, how much they really pay attention to the profile, what they're doing. Because they think it's like a candy store or something. And then, oh, here, I'll go out with her, but let me go out with these 10 other people. Well, I'll go out with her and hang out with her for a while, but if this one responds, then I want to go out with her. They just sort of keep, how do I say this? That's fine, but that's fine for someone who's just playing the field, and if they even present, that's the thing. If they present themselves like that, like, hey, I'm just looking, then I would just skip over them. But they don't present like that. They say all these things, and the problem with me, one problem with me is I am kind of gullible, but I also have like the most amazing instincts, and I know when you're holding back or someone else is on your mind, or I just know it. Not that I'm a know-it-all, but I definitely have. I was just born with that. That's one of my gifts. I'll just say that. So I know when there's something amiss. So that's a good thing. But I'm open to meeting a man that way still, or I've signed up for 3 months. And I'm open to meeting somebody the normal way it used to be before the internet took over our dating. And I've been just meeting people everywhere, so that's a beautiful thing. And whether it develops into more, we'll see. And you just have an amazing, loving day. And the best person to be married to is you. Be married to yourself. Treat yourself, buy yourself flowers. Treat yourself in a way that you deserve, because you are a priceless, beautiful gem. So you tell yourself that. You tell yourself how amazing you are every day. You don't need somebody else to do that for you. Just know it, that you are awesome. And you deserve a partner if that's what you want. A partner in life if that is what you want. You deserve it. I'll see you next time. You have a great day.